Have you ever looked back at a bygone decade and wondered, what were they thinking? It happens to all of us at some point, and what seems cool and stylish in one era often turns into a fad that's totally not cool later on. The 1980s were a particularly unique time in terms of fashion, trends, and behavior, so let me take you on a journey through the fashion faux pas of the 1980s. Number 10. Neon spandex workout clothes. I'm starting with a big one, and it's something that many feel may be a bit embarrassing to admit. Workouts in the 1980s were more than just a way to get in shape, they were an experience. The birth of neon spandex can be traced back to the rise of aerobics classes and home workout videos, and during this era, fitness icons like Jane Fonda and Richard Simmons released special workout videos for people to follow along with on their VCRs. Jane Fonda's workout attire was iconic. Big, bright, and layered, the colors, flashy patterns, and skin-tight fit may have been trendy in the 80s, but looking back, many cringe at the thought of wearing such bold colors today. It's amazing how many people embrace the style, making it a widespread fad. These unique color schemes were often referenced in movies set in the 1980s like Wonder Woman 1984. Despite its popularity of the time, neon spandex workout wear may no longer be in style, but its modern influences have made a comeback in recent years. While the bright colors and flashy patterns may be out, the comfort and functionality of neon spandex continues to inspire active wear trends today. Number 9. Shoulder pads. In the 1980s, some fashion trends were larger than life, quite literally. This one is a bit tricky because shoulder pads have a long history. Traditionally, they were a status symbol worn amongst wealthy individuals to showcase their affluence, and they also appeared in military uniforms worn by high-ranking officers. Fast forward to the 1980s and shoulder pads were all the rage, especially for women. The idea was to convey the appearance of big, broad shoulders, creating a powerful silhouette. Icons like Joan Collins on Dynasty and Madonna in her music videos popularized the trend. Shoulder pads became a way to fill out their look for better and for worse. In hindsight, the trend was quite ridiculous. Once people took off their outfits, their shoulders returned to their natural size, and shoulder pads became so infamous that they even appeared in the Brady Bunch movie, with Mrs. Brady herself sporting them in a very noticeable way. It makes you wonder why people thought these things mattered. Despite its popularity in the 80s, the oversized shoulder pad trend quickly fell out of favor as the decade came to a close. Number 8. Acid wash jeans. While our last topic was a bit odd, this trend truly took off in the 1980s and continues today, often leaving us scratching our heads, because it's a trend that seemingly just won't die. Acid wash jeans involve intentionally fading parts of denim with chlorine bleach in order to create a unique and distinct pattern. From jeans to jackets, acid wash denim was everywhere during this era. The idea, if done right, the pattern makes you look funky and fresh, setting you apart from those who wear standard jeans. Objectively, some acid wash jeans do look interesting in their own way. Today, the fad has made a big comeback. From high-end designer brands to fashion retailers, you can find acid wash denim in a variety of styles. Love it or hate it, it appears to be here to stay. Number 7. Members-only jackets. Despite the name, members-only jackets were not tied to any exclusive club. However, Members Only was a popular brand in the 1980s, known for its distinctive design and clever advertising. These sleek and fitted jackets were seen as a status symbol and a fashion statement, and the trend was characterized by its iconic ribbed collar, cuffs, and waistband. The jackets came in a variety of colors, but the most popular were black, navy, and burgundy. The jackets were fashionable, making wearers feel cool and part of something special, especially when matched up with the brand slogan of, "When you put it on, something happens." Though not as outrageous as some other trends, members-only jackets took a surprising turn in their advertising. They began promoting messages encouraging children to avoid drugs and vote when they were old enough. It was a bold move for a clothing brand, and the jackets remain a regrettable fashion choice that many of us would like to forget.
For years
Number 6. Fanny packs. One of the most cringeworthy fashion trends to come out of the 1980s was the fanny pack, worn across the chest. While fanny packs were questionable accessories, wearing them across the chest took the trend to a whole new level of fashion disaster. They were seen as a convenient way to carry your belongings hands-free and a staple amongst Generation X fashionistas who were looking for a practical yet stylish way to accessorize their outfits. It certainly was quite the bold fashion choice. Number 5. The mullet. The mullet is often referred to as business in the front and party in the back, and was a defining look of the 1980s. The hairstyle became a symbol of rebellion and nonconformity, worn by both men and women. Its charm has been sported by iconic TV and movie characters, as well as musical legends like David Bowie, MacGyver, Joe Dirt, Paul McCartney, and more. Bowie began the trend, and the Starman made it rock for a time. Looking back now, it seems a bit much, but that's the nature of fads. They're fantastic for a while, and then they fade into history. The mullet is now associated with a sense of nostalgia and amusement amongst Generation X, and many look back at their mullets with a sense of embarrassment and fondness. While many would not repeat the fad, the impact that this hairstyle had on our culture and our memories is one for the books. The mullet will always be a time when fashion was daring, bold, and unapologetic. Number 4. Friendship bracelets. Back in the 1970s, it was hippies who began creating friendship bracelets as we know them today, and the trend continued to grow throughout the 80s and beyond. While some may question the need for a bracelet to define your friendship, there's no denying that they looked cool. Some people even handcrafted these bracelets, putting in the extra effort to symbolize what the other person meant to them. In the end, friendship bracelets were an expression of a person's friendship with another in a unique and visible way.
Slap bracelets.
Number 3. Slap bracelets. Ironically, slap bracelets were invented by a teacher, believe it or not. They had stumbled upon the idea accidentally, pitched it to an agent, and the rest became history. The concept was simple yet innovative, a single piece of material combining metal, fabric, and other elements, initially straight and solid, but with a quick slap against the wrist or any other surface, it would magically wrap around and form a bracelet. Hence the name, the slap bracelet. From a scientific perspective, some may find these bracelets intriguing for their ingenuity in design and function. However, for children, the appeal wasn't about the science, it was about testing how hard they could slap these bracelets onto their friends, which fueled their popularity in the 80s and beyond. Eventually, a lot of them would be recalled due to safety concerns, as they could break in ways that posed a risk to children.
They're functional.
Number 2. Leg warmers. When we think of leg warmers, many of us immediately picture dancers from the 1980s, but these cozy accessories were actually a staple in the wardrobes of many in Generation X. Leg warmers had been around for a while before the 80s, but they found a resurgence during a pivotal opening at dancewear stores, and thus, a fad would be born. The television series Fame was popular during that time and prominently featured dancers wearing bulky leg warmers. As the name would suggest, leg warmers were special pieces of fabric designed to keep the legs warm, providing a fun and funky way to elevate your look. They came in a wide variety of colors and patterns, providing a way to personalize your style, a way that even long socks could not match. They were paired with oversized sweaters and leggings for a laid-back look. Leg warmers may have fallen out of style in recent years, but there's no denying the impact they had on fashion during the 80s. Number 1. Stirrup pants. Stirrup pants were all the rage in the 1980s, but looking back, they were also a fashion mistake that many would rather forget. The tight-fitting pants had a loop that went under the foot, and they were popular mostly amongst women. The stirrup was meant to keep the pants in place, but ended up feeling uncomfortable, awkward, and out of place. Stirrup pants gained popularity as part of the more broad trend of form-fitting clothing and aerobics wear that had dominated 80s fashion. They were often made from stretchy fabrics like spandex or lycra, emphasizing a sleek and body-hugging silhouette. Women often wore them for both casual and semi-formal occasions, often pairing them with oversized sweaters, blouses, or even blazers for a chic and comfortable look. While stirrup pants were a staple in many wardrobes, they're now considered a cringe-worthy trend. And there you have it. A look at the 1980s and the fashions that definitely made a statement. When you look back at these fashion faux pas, what do you think about them now? Perhaps some of them could come back and make an epic return. Or are they simply left best to be in the past? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel so that we can relive these memories together in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.